What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We have returned to Marvel Heroes. We are here on the test center with She-Hulk, who is actually in testing much earlier than I anticipated. I anticipated her being up at the end of the month. But they also released the pre-order pack for She-Hulk, Vision, and Doom, so go pick that up if you want those characters. I won't be because I'm not really interested in She-Hulk or Vision, but I'll be picking up the Doom pre-order pack, no problem. And you'll get lots of review content from me for when he comes out. I'm going to be doing a lot of crap with him since he's my most anticipated character to be released in this game besides the Hood. Anyway, She-Hulk. She's smashy. I've looked at some of her powers, and it seems like her powers seem a lot like a clone to Luke Cage, even if they're She-Hulk flavored. But I'll give you guys examples once I get in here. So, she has a combo point system, which does all kinds of lovely stuff. She has 3 trees: Public Defender, Power of Attorney, Litigation. Public Defender is her combos, Power of Attorney is her finishers, and Litigation is a bunch of extra stuff that actually seems pretty interesting in the long run. She-Hulk gives you 3% physical damage at level 25, and then 15% health regeneration per minute at level 50. That is nuts. Probably going to get scaled, though, but we won't know for sure, as far as I know. Remember, test center stuff is early. Damage tuning hasn't been finished. We're just testing mechanics and showcasing to you guys what they look like. Nothing is final. Alright, so first thing we've got here is Cross-Examination. It's your basic melee opener, does physical damage, and it generates a combo point. So there's all that. Next, we have Lethal Lunge, which is your dash. Is that part of this? Yes, it is. It's part of Public Defender. Boom, there you go. It does not generate a point, though. Next, we have Move to Strike. It's a power slide and a range for a double dose of your size 13 kicks. Physical damage: when you use objective, the next move to strike within 4 seconds deals 100% damage and generates 2 combo points. So we'll show that later. She slides into position there, and it has the cooldown. Next, we have Opening Statement. It's melee movement opener. Physical damage: it does vulnerability. It generates a combo point plus an additional combo point if you have none. So there you go, that's how it works. That's that leg drop we saw earlier on, which is kind of cool. It's not an elbow drop, thankfully. Next, we have Assault. Put your foot down, shocking enemies around you. It generates a combo point per enemy hit. That's going to be a big combo point builder. It also weakens, so that's pretty cool. Next, we have Battery, which is physical damage. It does 25% extra damage against weakened enemies. It generates a combo point. It has attack speed and spirit cost. So, there you go. Next, we have Bar Exam. Test an enemy's metal by pulling out some of your exercise equipment and smashing them with it. Generates 5 combo points. It has an 8-second cooldown, so this is a quick boom and then smash, much like the car slam that, what's-his-name does? Luke Cage. Hence why I make Luke Cage clone. Bash. No sound. Needs to be fixed. So those are all the openers and combo builders. Next, we have the finishers. So our first finisher is called Final Verdict. Elbow drop into the fray like a gamut-infused gavel. Does physical damage. It deals 20% extra total damage per combo point spent, so 100% at full. And it has a knockdown duration. So, bam! So there's that. Next, we have Closing Argument. Physical damage. Put an enemy's case to rest with a decisive boot to the head, Deals 20% extra total damage per combo point spent. So there's that. But if we do the full combo point, swah! Lots of damage. Next, we have Barrister Beatdown. Now, this is an interesting power. It requires maximum combo points to activate. It does 10 hits of physical damage. It has a 15-second cooldown and is reduced by 5 seconds when you use Closing Argument or Final Verdict at max combo points. So, in order to be able to use it, boom, and then we hit that, and there you that. That's basically your Dempsey roll without requiring combo points in order to be used. And we've got 8 seconds, so we're going to use a Closing Argument really quick, and now it is off cooldown. Next, we have your first passive and an active effect. It's Defense Attorney. You have 25% damage negated, you gain defense rating, maximum health, you regenerate health, and you gain tenacity, and its active effect is a taunt. Boom. Next, we have your Signature, which is Signature Melee Area Movement. Conviction. It's an elbow drop that does physical damage and has a 25-second cooldown. Bam! It does knock the first enemy up, and it does a bunch of damage around you, which is pretty cool. Next, we have Lawyer Up, which requires maximum combo points to activate. This is very much like Daredevil's Heal. It regenerates 20% of your maximum health. It also has a buff rating of giving you damage, defense, damage for finisher powers, attack and movement speed, and a 10-second buff duration, which refreshes when you use Closing Argument or Final Verdict. So if you do this right, you should be able to generate the points to be able to keep this up ad infinitum. So let's go ahead and max out our combo points here really quick. And then Swah, there you go. And as soon as that costs your combo points, so as soon as I generate enough, I can do one of these, keep up the combos, and just go with the barristers, and then hit the different combos, closing argument, or final verdict. Next, we have Objection, which is physical damage. It has a 25% higher chance to critically hit and brutally strike if you currently have 0 combo points. It has a 4-second cooldown. It is your ranged attack. Boom, you throw a briefcase at him. That's pretty cool. Your movement power called Fast Track. It's the same thing as everybody else. It moves through a bunch of crap, and you run, yada yada blah blah. Next, we have our next passive effect, active effect, which is your crowd control immunity duration, CC breaker. Passive effect is damage rating for enemies targeting you, crit hit rating, and restore 10 spirit per combo point you spend in finisher powers. So that should be able to help you keep your spirit up. Here's what it looks like. Boom! Next, we have Cease and Desist, which shares a cooldown with Hostile Witness. Cease and Desist demands that all enemies in an area stop infringing upon your right to beat them senseless by boggling them down in red tape. It's an irresistible stun that looks like this. Boom! Next, we have Hostile Witness, which is a confused duration. It's 15 seconds. Confused enemies deal 5,000% more damage to other enemies, and confused enemies take 95% less damage from other enemies. So that's fairly interesting. Keeps them alive a little bit longer, which is kind of strange. Anyway, this is what it looks like. You confuse the one dude. Bam. That's fairly interesting. Next, we have Surprise Witness, which is a very interesting power and is similar to the hero team-up powers that you get with Luke Cage, similar to his signature, not the actual permanently summon somebody. This summons a random team-up that you own to stand beside you in battle. So last time I did this, it was Falcon. Let's see what it is this time. It is Clea, who I do not own. Okay, so apparently it is not limited to team-ups that you own. But she comes out supposedly for 30 seconds, and she gets in there and does damage. Now, somebody had said that there was a bug, and that it goes on longer than it should. We'll find out here right now. Duration is supposed to be 30 seconds, cooldown is 2 minutes. You'll notice on the bar that I'm hovering over, it has the whole thing going. So we'll see in 7 seconds. Ooh, an Astral Clone. She fights a lot like Doctor Strange. Everybody knows that about Clea that has Clea. So... and she disappeared in about 31 seconds. So, at least on my end, the bug was either fixed or did not occur. Maybe it doesn't occur every time. But, yeah, Falcon and Clea both have the 30-second duration. So I guess it is not team-ups that you own, which is kind of interesting. And then last but not least, we have the ultimate called Pillar of Justice. It does physical damage. It also has physical damage per hit. It's a pillar toss, which is physical damage, and it gives you a buff effect of damage rating, damage negated, and it generates 5 combo points per second. So let's go ahead and do it.
Today I'm judge, jury, and execution.
Wow. I wonder if... Interesting. And it just continuously does combo points. That's neat. And you can use it to restore your health, and all kinds of different cool little things. That's really cool, the way that worked. She does the pillar, and then the buff lasts for, what was it, 10 seconds afterward? 20 seconds. I wonder if it's 20 seconds for the entire duration of it, or if it's 20 seconds after the pillar moves. I think the combo points were generating during the pillar, so there's that. Anyway, that's She-Hulk. She's pretty cool. A character that I would likely play if I didn't already have a ton of melee characters that I play anyway, such as Ghost Rider, Thor, Captain America, who's my main, so on and so forth. But she's pretty cool. And those of you who want another melee character, she's definitely worthwhile picking up. The comparisons to Luke Cage and Daredevil are obvious. It's a combo system. You've got your openers, your finishers. You do have Daredevil's little heal thing. You have Luke Cage's ability to summon an ally, which for you is a team-up. For him, it's specific people, which may eventually end up becoming team-ups. You have your range attack. You have your Dempsey roll. You have your car smash, which instead is just a barbell. So on and so forth. It's not necessarily a bad thing that she has a lot of powers that mimic, what's-his-name, Luke Cage. She does have differences and stuff, such as her ultimate and her signature. Her signature being a big elbow drop, which is, you know, not the same big elbow drop as Juggernaut, but what can you do? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did showcasing it to you. Remember to like and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. More videos as they come along, and with that, this is RybackStun, signing out.